first off, you do fight, but there are a couple guys you don't fight. You don't fight a Gilbert Burns.
Yellow. Gilbert Burns, as a grappler, is a 3-time world champion and World Cup gold medalist, but intriguingly enough, you just have to respect the sheer power he packs in his hands. What's going on here? What makes this world-class grappler so very special? The most obvious and notable factor would of course be Gilbert's sheer physical ability. He appears to have a compact, dense build for his weight class. On top of that, he's just very explosive, a wholesome grappler. He has that explosive shot, needed not only to cover space, but also pierce through his opponents with his double. This actually translates very well into the striking element of his game. He's very good at moving into his reach, covering that space. That's where we start to look past his compact build and explosiveness. Mentally, Gilbert Burns is a very disciplined fighter when it comes to executing the fundamentals on a very high level. That's what makes Gilbert truly an anomaly. The fundamentals of striking start with the feet. Watch here how with his foot pointed at the center line, he enters his range by moving towards the back foot. And from there, he hasn't fired yet. Instead, he noted his opponent's flinch and just adjusted his shot to counter the chin tucked in high guard. He's reading the fight, making note of your reactions and taking advantage of those reactions. He touches clean with an uppercut which momentarily raises the head for a straight. His neutral stance appears to have his foot around the center line, and one of his go-to methods of entry is by stepping towards the back foot, with this instance countering with a slip overhand. It connects well, crushing his opponent's forward momentum. Then again, he sees the jab, then ducks as he again steps deep towards the back foot. With that massively loaded overhand, he weaves more momentum into the strike. Boom! Blasting the off switch. When it comes to his timing, his discipline to the fundamentals of covering distance in such a high-risk game, Gilbert, he's quite remarkable. One level change or straight-up shot is enough to establish respect for his grappling presence for the rest of the fight, which, in turn, naturally opens up high. That is where Gilbert Burns is truly premised, the next element in his devastating tier of power. Gilbert will often lower his hands to generate more power into his shots. Like Julian Jackson, he's slinging more speed into his blows by loading into his fascia. I speculate that if Gilbert wasn't a lifelong martial artist, he wouldn't have nearly the same level of flexibility as he does. He moves like someone who would have a tighter force transmission system, like a Yoel Romero, but he can still throw a high kick. For me, this truly does reinforce the genuine passion you feel he has for martial arts, but even beyond that, his competitive drive, his hunger. That's perhaps why he's such a complete martial artist. You can feel it. He's just been that hungry when it's come to covering the core bases of high-level martial arts. Honestly, it's no wonder Tyron Woodley had so much trouble with this man. He's a master at finding his range and countering your tendencies. He has a very notable fight IQ. And all of these things combined are what you saw exactly versus Tyron Woodley. With a slip to the outside of Tyron Woodley's cross, he caught Woodley hard early on in their fight. It'll be intriguing to see how he deals with the attributes presented by the welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman. What's your thought on the matter? How do you think those two would match up? I'd love to hear your perspective in the comments below. If you like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. It truly does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma, and until next time, peace.